Welcome to Simulate, but more importantly, welcome to the Fenix Sim Airbus A320 version 2 Block 2. This long-awaited update is finally here. The Block 2 update includes the beautiful IAE engines with the new external engine model for both CFM and IAE, a brand new EFB with GSX Integration, web MCDU, cabin announcements and more. So join me as I take you through this huge new update. Now, I'm not going to touch a lot on the new systems, as Ame has done a much better job than me over on the Fenix Sim YouTube channel, but we'll jump into the art and everything else. Firstly, the cockpit has been redone with the centre pillar now a more accurate size, removable DCDUs. The EFB can now be mounted on the window and the window frame, as well as a new LCD simulation. You can really notice a difference with the new LCD simulation. The screens are less black and you'll find yourself adjusting the brightness a lot less. The cockpit now has new material changes and has been remapped to be more efficient and use less memory. Good for those users who are limited by VRAM. The integral lighting has also been updated and now shines beautifully on the various switches, which looks pretty cool. The cabin has also been redone, and thanks to the fantastic work from Henrik with the custom details, it looks excellent. Not every livery on the livery manager has a custom cabin, but EasyJet, Lufthansa and a few others do. Every trolley has different stickers and every seat pocket has the contents in a different place. It's a crazy amount of immersion and it looks stunning. Let's go to the exterior and see the epicness outside. The whole exterior has been remodeled and retextured. Block 2 has physically accurate, physics-driven weathering. Every rivet, screw, fastener, latch and service door now has true physical shape and depth, along with various stickers and panel demarcations. The cabin interior now mates with the exterior windows much more accurately, giving a sense of depth that was lacking from the version 1 model. Furthermore, the whole landing gear and bay has been redone, and wow, the attention to detail is mental. As well as the addition of IAEs, the CFMs have been totally redone. The quality of liveries are fantastic. Various top level painters have been drafted in to create top quality liveries such as Ethereum, G-Aviation, Tavers, Comet and Enzo. These lads' liveries are available on the livery manager, so go get them downloaded in glorious 8K. Don't worry if your favourite livery isn't on there yet, as the team are doing quality over quantity, so keep checking the livery manager. The 2 different wing boxes have also been added, as well as both European and American SATCOMs. Overall, it's tons better, and in my opinion, it looks bloody sexy. Moving on to the shadow casting lights. I don't really think I need to speak much about these. As you can see, they are filthy. The aura is just unmatched. Moving back in, let's go over to the EFB and its new features. As mentioned, the EFB has been totally rebuilt, but with some things you're used to. Firstly, it has keyboard support. The MyFlight page is pretty much the same as before, but when you uplink your flight, it will also uplink to Navigraph and the Pilot Brief app, whereas previously, you'd have to uplink to all apps separately. Over to the ground services, we have pretty much the same options, with the addition of engine fan heating for them naughty icing conditions. Next is the ground services, and again nothing much has changed bar the UI when custom loading, an extra GSX option and a send to MCDU option. This will send your weight and balance over the MCDU so you don't have to manually enter the figures. The same option is also in the departure page for your takeoff configuration. Next is the panel state, which has the same options but improved UI. Then we have the sim settings. This page is quite beefy with a lot of new options. I'll link a knowledge base article below in the description, which will explain all of the options. Moving now onto the departure performance. This has been updated to include a T-Max flex of 70 degrees for IAEs. This includes updated data, so takeoffs should be more realistic for both engines. The send to MCDU option and custom intersection data has been added, which is very bloody useful. Speaking of data, EFB now uses Navigraph data with the airports that were previously missing are now added and plenty are updated for the latest data. The arrival performance app visually is unchanged. Navigaf charts have been tweaked and the pen tool is all still there. Woo! Next up is the pilot brief app. This now includes a QRH in the documents section with a QRH, good for them compressor stalls, for the associated engine that you're flying. Next, we have the failures app. The failures, which were and still are in the MCDU, now have their own dedicated app in the AFB with more options and a much better UI. No excuse to not go engine failing. Finally, we have the AFB settings app, which is now the place to enter your SimBrief username. You can now change your background image. To do this, you can go to your browser by entering localhost :8083 and going to the AFB settings, or by changing from your tablet device. You can also turn off the on-screen keyboard if you plan to just use your keyboard, which works very well. Finally, we have the web MCDU, which is brilliant as it is rapid, as it is the same as the MCDU in sim as it manipulates the captain's MCDU. This is accessible from either the local host or an external device. Sounds have also been updated and tweaked throughout. Let's have a listen to those IAEs then.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and the brace position, which you must adopt if you brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting.
Time for some meat and potatoes, as they say. Now, if you're all like me and you've flown the FS Labs since day dot, you'll know something has just been missing. That is cabin announcements. With Block 2, cabin announcements are now a reality in the Fenix Sim A320, but they don't come with the user recorded PA function like it did in the FS Labs. Regardless, the current integration is pretty damn good and I really enjoy it. Chilling at the gate, enjoying that British Airways cabin music.
Once they are completely full, if you are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be placed into an overhead locker, as the floor area around your seat must be kept completely clear. Your seatbelt can now be fastened for departure.
is just aura. You can do a lot with these cabin announcements, especially with the tags function. There is a knowledge base article link in the description with all you need to know regarding cabin announcements. And if it's a nice early morning or evening flight, the lovely cabin crew will dim the cabin lights for you. How nice of them. Another fantastic feature of Block 2 is the GSX integration. Again, I'll link a knowledge base article on how to do this in the description with the recommended settings and all that good stuff. But for those who don't like reading, I will make a video on how to do this fully. As mentioned at the start, there are many additions and bug fixes to the systems, as well as the addition of the external engine model. I'll link the changelog below and you can see for yourself the mammoth effort that has went into this update. Thanks for watching this simulate video. If you've enjoyed it, click the like button and join me live every Monday and Thursday from 6 PM for flight simulation live streams by clicking that subscribe button. Cheers, and we'll see you in the next stream or video.